Hello, everybody. Ugh, voice crack right at the beginning. It is the morning when I'm recording this, and usually I record these late at night, but today I'm deciding to shift a little bit and record in the morning. So you might hear some morning voice in me still. Welcome back to the Monster Mash. Today in terms of gameplay, we're hunting a tempered Brachydios, and this footage is actually going to be. I recorded this hunt recently for a new project that is happening on the main channel. So if be excited for more Monster Hunter content on the main channel. I'm actually really excited to get this project off the ground. Like, it's all recorded. I just need to do the longest part, which is the editing. But anyway, today we are talking about the dead internet theory, which is an astonishingly prophetic theory, but just not quite what we thought it would be. So, okay, what do I mean by that? If you're not familiar with the dead internet theory, it basically states the original theory is that the internet died in 2016, 2017, and the internet now is a US government-controlled psyop using AI to try to steer public opinion and public society in the ways that they want it to be steered in. I don't know how true that one is, and I don't know how much I'm willing to believe that kind of a theory, that sort of 4chan-esque. I think it actually was. No, I don't think it was from 4chan. I think it was from a different, like, really niche internet forum. But the sad part is that the internet nowadays, the dead internet theory can definitely apply to the internet nowadays, but instead of it being like a government-run thing where it died in 2016, I would say that now it's more, or the theory now is that it's generative AI, like ChatGPT and stuff like that. Like, that is the true subject of dead internet theory, or the reason why it's happening. And I'm more willing to believe that because, good lord. I'm also willing to agree with that the internet died around like 2016-ish. I don't know, obviously I'm not able to pinpoint the day, but there was definitely a shift around this time. And I think the start of it was like, obviously this happened before 2016, but now it's like deeply rooted, is the algorithmically driven content feeds that we're just kind of stuck with, like that's what powers the internet today. And, I feel like that was just sort of the start of what the dead internet theory is. Sorry, my Audacity is being fucking stupid over here on my second screen. Okay, hopefully you won't. Nope, you're still gonna do that. Okay, whatever. Graphical glitches aside, hopefully it looks like it's still recording, so I should be fine. Yeah, the dead internet theory. It's definitely pretty doom and gloom the more you look into it and the more you think about the ramifications of like what that theory actually entails. The theory now is that well, it's not even a theory, it's like true, that most of the internet nowadays is like AI generated content slop, which is disheartening. Because generative AI can quote unquote make things. I'm using big air quotes when I say the word make things far faster than any human could in its entire history. Like one person with ChatGPT could write more novels than the entirety of human history in like a day. And that's scary. And it just is further proof that the thing that I once loved, the internet and YouTube and all of these fun creator-driven spaces that birthed a desire to do the same thing, that internet that I lived in is gone and has been gone for a long time. And I so desperately want to keep that form of the internet alive. Not just because, not for any like profit reason, it's just because I like making things and I want to encourage others to make things as well. I feel like that's part of, my whole philosophy of this channel is I want to sort of just talk about like the not the dangers of today's society, but like just the things that drag me down and like my own personal reflections on those things. And maybe I can come to a healthy balance. Maybe I can have some way that I can live with this technology while still keeping my brain intact, because we all know today that the internet is a very dangerous thing. It wasn't dangerous when it started out. It was actually really fucking cool. And, you know, that we can all blame hyper-capitalist tech bros and investment firms and the system that we live in for why the internet fucking sucks nowadays. I wish it wasn't the case. You know, I wish people would just be able to let things be, and I wish that we were allowed to just make things and have fun, and I wish that your self-worth as a human being was not measured by how much productivity you bring to the table, but that's just not the world we live in. I wish it was different, but I'm just one person, right? Well, I got spun off on a tangent there for a second there. We're talking about the dead internet theory. I think the response that my response to all this information, I would also highly recommend that you like actually look into the dead internet theory. There are good videos by Kyle Hill and Lessons in Meme Culture that talk about this kind of stuff, and I, at least pretty sure that they're against AI stuff, and they're more human driven, and they're not just going to be, you know, slop that you just consume. And there's a further discussion here on the distinction between content, like the usage of the word content and how dirty I think that word is. Like, I don't like the word content. I don't like the word influencer. Those descriptors are fucked. I might have already talked about this on an episode of the Monster Mash. I might not, like, because I'm pretty sure I uploaded a video titled "I'm not an influencer," but, you know, whatever. I think the response to this is if the internet is content generated slop, then we need to make spaces where human creativity is allowed to blossom. And there are places for that, but the problem is that they're so, I don't want to use the word gate-kept. I mean, it's true they are gate-kept, but you can find good human-driven spaces, but they're going to be Discord servers. They're going to be like WhatsApp group chats. They're going to be Telegram group chats. They're not exactly going to be open forums anymore, because if you have an open forum, that just invites you to being invaded and flooded out by AI content bots. So it's a tricky situation that we find ourselves in as a society on the internet. Because the internet used to be fun, and I want it to be fun again. And that's why I make videos about, you know, abandoning certain types of technology. That's why I make videos like this, where I'm just doing I'm bringing back the whole commentary thing, but using a different game. You know, I want to make content that I want to watch. And I would recommend that everybody who cares at least a little bit about this does the same thing. That's kind of what I'm getting at here. You know, I want to see more people who are doing the stuff that I'm doing, not just for some egotistical, like, oh, I was right kind of thing, but it's just like, we all want to have a human connection, right? And we all know, well, the sad part is that, like, in real life society, human connections are a lot harder to get, at least before a few internet-centric things became the norm. You know, we can talk about online dating all we want, but I would hazard a guess that a lot of you out there think that online dating was a net negative for the dating space. I say that as someone who is single. It feels like it's a lot harder to have a sort of connection with people in real life. That could just be my paranoia talking, and that could just be my fucking anxieties or whatever. But, you know, especially in the world in this world that we live in of content and influencers, you know, it never feels like you're watching a person for the stuff that they're saying, or the stuff that they make, or their value as an artist. It feels like a lot of people on the internet are just here to sell you stuff. And there's a lot to unpack with that statement, where it's like, oh, you know, are creators bad if they accept sponsorships? You know, do they go against artistic nature do they go against artistic value if they try to pay their bills? You know, are you a sellout if you don't make art for the sake of creating art? And ultimately, especially in the world that we live in now, I feel like it's more fair to just be like, listen, creators got to make their bag. You know, it depends on how they go about it. In my personal opinion, if a creator is making the videos they want to make, but they happen to have a sponsored segment in the middle of the video to help pay their bills, or they shill out some Patreon stuff, or they, you know, have memberships and stuff like that, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think memberships are actually, like, memberships and paid subscriptions and stuff like that, even though I hate paid subscriptions, like, with a fiery passion. If I know that it's going towards a creator that I actually give a shit about and they're making stuff that I like, you know, that's a good thing at the end of the day. Yeah, like, human-driven content obviously is what we're all after. You know, we want to absorb content that speaks to us, and we want to learn things. That's why the internet works as well as it does, because I'm sorry, I just drank a whole lot of carbonated energy drink and I'm feeling gassy. Excuse me. We all just want to, like, it is human nature to learn things, right? Obviously, and the internet facilitates that learning well, it used to facilitate learning in a really cool way, because there would be forums, and there would be like things like Wikipedia. There would be things like niche internet forums on like photography or video editing or a specific game that you're playing, or whatever. And you could just learn about shit, and it was cool and it was fun. And nowadays, with how algorithms sort of steer what content, quote unquote, you absorb on any given day, and not to mention and going back to the dead internet theory, all these bots that go in. So, okay, we're gonna delve a little bit further. If you go on to YouTube or Instagram or whatever, your content feed is driven by an algorithm. It's so trivially easy to buy fake interactions that artificially inflate a given piece of content into the algorithm. It's kind of unfucking real how trivial it is. And sometimes it feels like you're an idiot if you don't do that, which sucks, and I fucking hate it. But everything about the internet now just coalesces into why the internet sucks. And I don't think there's a way to beat it. I don't think there's a way to revive the internet as it was. Honestly, I think it would be better to just burn it all to the ground and start over. But how do you do that? We can definitely heal if we all just sort. At the end of the day, my message is that I think it will be better if we all just take a look at what we want to do, what we want to make, what we're interested in, and just learn how to share that. You know, I have another topic that I wanted to talk about before I got swept into the whole dead internet theory rabbit hole. So I'll make that one, I don't know about soon-ish, but that'll be the next one for sure. Where I talk about like communication and stuff like that. It's a good thing for you if you have your niche interest and you just try to share it. You know, not only are you getting better at understanding your craft and your niche hobby, you're also showing it to someone else. You're also potentially getting someone else into your fandom. You're potentially showing someone a thing that they didn't even know that they wanted. You know, I think ultimately learning how to share your niche hobby is a positive for yourself and society as a whole. And, you know, fuck productivity. You don't need to be productive. It's a fucking hobby, right? You don't need to be the best woodworker, or you don't need to make the coolest thing. You don't need to hold yourself to standards of people who have made this hobby, like their niche hobby, their job. That's not healthy. Just if you have something that you're interested in, or you have a thing that you like, just start making videos about it. Start making posts about it. Maybe you can have a little website, a little blog or something, and you can probably talk about it. You can record your experience with it. You can use it as an online journal, all kinds of stuff. I mean, that's basically what the Monster Mash is. It's basically just my online journal. So dead internet theory is like scary, but we can heal, I feel like. Individually, we can heal. I don't know about collectively. I don't think that's gonna fucking change. But if enough individuals heal, then, you know, that means that the collective is healed. So let's just start small. Let's start with the individual, you know, because the system that we live in kind of fucking sucks. And I don't know if we can properly uproot that unless we're all in the right mindset. So, you know, treat yourself a little better. Talk about the thing that you're interested in. Share it with others. Have a good time. That's what this is all about, you know? Like I said, you don't need to be the best. You just need to be interested. And you just need to learn how to communicate that. And you're not, you know, if you haven't done that before, then obviously you're not going to be good at it at first. And that's fine, you know? Life is all about learning after all. And learning how to communicate your niche hobby to others is a skill. It's tough. I've been doing this for close to 15 years now, and you're just now seeing what 15 years of doing this looks like. So you know, if you've never done this before, you're not gonna be like this, and that's fine. Don't hold yourself to a standard. Don't hold yourself to other people's standards, right? Especially my standards. Good fucking Lord, have you seen this channel? Anyway, I guess 30 seconds, 20 seconds left. Thank you all for watching. This has been an episode of the Monster Mash. If you have a question, a comment, a topic, whatever, you can send it to this email that is on screen right now, and we can make that into an episode. Maybe I can do more stuff with this. I don't fucking know. I want to do mailbox episodes, so if I can send in an email to the thing. Anyway, hope you have a good day, everybody, and just be a little bit kinder to yourself, I guess.